anxiety, incomprehension, despair, hopelessness, sorrow, and pain. I believe these are all feelings that many of you, like me, have experienced in an abnormal, overwhelming manner in these past days and weeks. I do not and will never fully understand, and can only admire the strength of people who have to endure hate and discrimination their entire lives, never lose their faith in positivity. We always knew there were racists, we always knew there were people who put themselves first at any time, we always knew there were people who saw themselves in danger when others were protected. Black Lives Matter. All lives matter, they would say, thinking that when the world emphasizes the need for others to be recognized, to be heard, their worth was compromised. A misunderstanding resulting from many different circumstances, including outrageously dreadful education systems in many different parts of the world, culminating in too great a number of people whose self-worth is based exclusively on rivalry, on competitiveness, on being better than everyone else. Black Lives Matter. Everyone is entitled to have an opinion, they would say, thinking that this was their free ticket to utter anything they wanted, preferably on social media. He was a criminal, it was an accident, or worse, he got what he deserved. As I read through the comments of the common media platforms, anger spreads. How could someone possibly be lacking so much in empathy, in common sense? Many times I felt triggered to answer, to try and change their mind, to dismantle their ideas. Many times I've refrained. Maybe that is a mistake, maybe a problem that we can solve, and by we I do not mean my generation. This has nothing to do with the generation gap. This has nothing to do with young versus old. We equals people with common sense, people who still dare to hope for a better future. Maybe more often we should spread positivity and love. People who look for bad things will always find something. Demonstrations for a greener lifestyle? Students should be at school. Demonstrations for gender equality? There's no gender inequality, we all learn the same. Demonstrations for black people? People should stay at home because of the virus. Black Lives Matter. People see what they want to see and believe what they want to believe. Maybe more often we have to raise our voice, well knowing that the majority of these people write these comments because it is fun for them to see when people disagree with them, when they get to fight on their own playground. But until comments are restricted for people who spread hate, we must play the cards we were dealt. Express positivity, like the comments of others, support those fighting the same fight, and try to stay calm. People would think in categories, think in extremes, cannot deal with objectivity and will eventually give up when they see that their remarks do not provoke the reactions they had hoped for. I know that many times it seems to be a waste of time to get into a discussion with people who have never heard of the concept of listening, or dare I even say changing your mind, and that is because it is. I do not suggest that, I'd suggest plain positivity, flooding the comment sections with love and support. If that is what it takes for people who believe in let he who shout the loudest be heard first, then that is what we have to do, raise our voice, raise the voice of reason and humanity. I'm not sure whether we can change the mind of many, but I know that right now people who spread hate believe that they are winning, gaining in confidence, joining forces with other people with the same limited opinions, because people with reason know they can't reason with people without reason. But this is not about reasoning, this is about taking a stance, providing support, showing you are there. Raise your voice, we are more. Black Lives Matter. There's no shame in changing your mind. We are the only species on this planet capable of having opinions, and what do? We restrict ourselves to a single one. A limit we set for ourselves out of fear to be called a hypocrite. I obviously do not suggest changing your opinion back and forth carelessly, adjusting it to fit the circumstances, because that is what a hypocrite does. Lately I've seen many people who propose ways of further educating yourself, but there's no way of developing your perspective, but thinking that your opinion is the only possible truth. Be critical of yourself, question yourself, don't be afraid of changing your mind. It can never be a sign of weakness, it's a sign of the exact opposite. To dare to take a step back, to admit one's own mistakes, to own them and take responsibility for any harm one might have caused because of them. That is the clearest, most discernible indication of progress. And if you're not looking to progress, to grow, to develop your understanding of this world, then what the hell are you doing? Black Lives Matter.